Here we go then with this week's stretch video. Sometimes you're training and there's no specific area that is needing attention, but you just know that that recovery is in multiple different areas of the body. So we're going to go through a fairly efficient stretch routine that is going to stretch most areas of the body pretty well. If you need to focus on one particular area as you would go through, there will be stretches for that, and you can repeat them 2 or 3 times to maximise the stretch into that particular area. So starting off, we need some sort of movement. It might be that you have done some of your daily steps, moved around enough from getting up, or it's later in the day that you are already fairly mobile and the joints are lubricated just with that natural fluid within them. If not, and it's still relatively early, it's good to add some gentle movement before we start. So I'm just going to do a steady set of squats and then some arm movements to get the shoulder and upper back joints moving, and then into the stretches. So starting off with some squats, just nice and steady through. Gives a good idea as well of any tight areas in the lower body. Feeling my quads particularly here. There, and then just going to do some arm movement in and out. You can be marching as well if you want, just to keep that lower body movement going, promoting that blood flow. And then I'm just doing across this and across, hit the different angles of the shoulder, up the chest and the back into some movement. There we go. Okay, starting off sat down. Just going to bring the feet into a comfortable position. This will start to stretch the inner thighs and the hip flexors, the muscles that connect up from the quads across the pelvis. Then going to stretch up and just lightly across to one side. So promoting a lat stretch in the back and stretching the lower back as well. Really good one if some of your day, majority of your day is sat down, relaxing it off across to the other side. There we go. Okay, nice little sort of opening stretch. Whilst we're sat up, we're going to bring that knee up and then stretch around with it. Swapping this round, just keeping the knee on the same side of the body to start with. Promoting that movement there. Now I'm going to bring that knee up and across and stretching around again. Stretching, turning the weight towards the knee at the moment. A nice lower back stretch. Good one if you've been working with lower body, hard leg presses, hip thrusts, deadlift variations, squat variations. Supporting muscles, the erector spinae, the lower back core muscles. Do a lot of work supporting those exercises. Good to stretch them. So, third position here now, keeping that knee up and then coming around towards it. This is going to be the strongest stretch into this area. To the side. Stretching in there. Nice. Okay, taking this over and toes together, knees apart, stretching forward and then easing back through the hips for the child's pose. Always feel this in my upper back as well, so I think that's more to do with my more limited mobility up there. Bring some more upper back, back of the shoulders in, with a nice arm tuck underneath, and then still stretching forward. Just create a bit of rotation through the lower back as well, which is quite good, feels good in terms of an extra stretch there. To the other side. Excellent. Okay, let's work up into the back of the legs and come back round to the front. So, we look to a downward dog. I'm going to use this as a precursor for pigeon stretch as well. So, nice cycle through there. Really feeling nice tight hamstrings for myself today. Up into my glutes as well. Just holding it straight now. So we're going to come back up to here. Between each pigeon stretch. Pigeon stretch is leg back, knee forward, and around here. Then relax that back foot. So body weight goes nicely onto that leg tucked underneath the body. This foot's out to the side. Depending on how tight that is, how far you can go down. Some people, lots of mobility, I'm going to come right down quite quickly. I like to go kind of part way down, and that's enough to start. Okay, let's go back up to the downward dog and bring the other side in after that. So back up. Another downward dog. Really nice feeling there. Stretching that in, both sides. Nice. They're coming through. Now we go. Dropping that through. Okay, going back up to a downward dog now. I'm just going to swap this pigeon stretch around and going in there again. I'm lying this one through so we get a nice glute and back stretch together now, all connected. Up and in again. Now go to the other side and line this forward. Really good. Okay, I'm just going to bring it up to standing and using something to support. Just going to bring that quad stretch up and round, keeping the knees side by side, up nice and tall, bouncing away from my holding point, don't need that. And to get more stretch, we're going to ease that back a touch more. We're not going to pull up any higher, we're going to keep it down there. I'm going to bring that leg up and back. And this is probably my tightest area today is the quads. Lots of work into them. With boot camp sessions, lunges, a bit of other training as well. Doing the videos, just seems to be an area that's really caught this week. Really good. Some little knee drop, just there around that to come back a bit more. And then round to the other side. If this is a tight area, you repeat these again for a good 30-second stretch. Always going to be working well. Last one then, just take your nice comfortable squat stance and complete lower body squat down and little stretch out. Try to keep the body up nice and tall, just come down to the depth you're comfortable to get to and I'm going to give a little bit of squeeze out on the knees as well. It's a fairly comprehensive lower body stretch, but having done the previous ones, kind of ready for it, put everything together into this stretch. Really good. Easy up. There we go. So any areas that are tight, repeat the stretch of that area an extra 1 or 2 times, just to promote that stretching, that mobility, that recovery into that area. Lots of other stretch videos available. Go back through the YouTube channel and the Facebook group. So any other areas you need to focus on, lower back, lower body, different areas, put that into the search, particularly in the Facebook group, and you'll find a workout to focus even more on the areas you might want to stretch and help with your recovery for this week.